What's good? What's good? What's really, really good? I am so excited today, good people. Another great episode of Let's Talk with Edigga. Let's go.
Getting ready for the hottest online TV show. It's Let's Talk with Edigga, live in the studios of Charm City Direct TV. And now, your host, the man you all know and love, Edigga.
That's right, good people. It is Let's Talk with Edigga right here on Charm City Direct TV. If you don't know how to get to Charm City Direct Real TV, it's real simple, people. Go to facebook.com/Charm City Direct TV. If you don't bang with Facebook like that, you can head on over to YouTube at Charm City Direct TV. Hey, look, I am excited because I have in my midst, he's about to join us, internationally renowned. Notice that I say internationally renowned saxophonist, my man Mike Phillips. He is here. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to bring him in right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mike Phillips. How you doing today, sir?
Yo, I'm chilling, man. It is love, yo.
That's great. Hey, like I said before we came on, flavor in your ear, I have the video. Of course, you've seen it.
Man.
I'm going to play it again for the people who have not seen it. It is a dope video, real dope video, people, and I need y'all to see this video. But of course, I got a couple of questions for you, Mr. Phillips, if I can.
Right.
For the people out there who don't know who you are, briefly tell people who Mike Phillips is.
Well, I hail from Money Earned in Mount Vernon.
Yes.
Home of Heavy D.
Yes.
Dick Clark, Albie Shore, Pete Rock. We could go on and on.
Yes.
Man, and I started touring with Stevie first. I worked with Michael Jackson and Prince. So,
wow.
I would call that I call them the Mount Everest.
Yes.
So, and on top of that, man, I just love what I do. I'm fascinated with the culture that I'm entrenched in. So, I'm happy to be a part of it. And then later in my career, I became the first non-athlete or musician to sign a deal with Jordan. So I'm a part of Team Jordan, and I designed the Air Jordan 17.
Wow.
With the music notes on them.
Wow.
And I'm here rocking with Jill Scott, Hidden Beach for years, and now I'm with SRG.
Yes, yes.
Home of Brian McKnight, Raheem Devine, Vivian Green, After Seven. So
wow,
it's a nice little roster over here. Now I'm the only one playing instruments over here, like instrumentalist.
Okay.
So Brian McKnight is a beast. I don't know how many instruments that dude play. He's like the closest to Prince that we gonna get.
Wow.
So yeah, he's dope. So he's with SRG, and I'm just happy to be a part of the family. Just still making music. And good music is very important, even in this time of us suffering from two pandemics. One, COVID,
yes,
and the other one is our brothers dying and lives not being regarded. So with that, in a nutshell, that's who I am, and we here, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now let's go back a little bit. Internationally renowned saxophonist. Of course, people want to know what age did you begin to have a passion for the saxophone?
10.
Wow.
I loved it. I was fascinated with getting better, always practicing, always working. And then it was fun. So I think when kids get into something, you just got to make sure that it's fun beyond anything else. And it was fun to me.
That's what's up. Now, let's talk about Hidden Beach. This is your first record deal with Hidden Beach, correct?
Yeah.
And you said going on tour with Jill Scott. Did you have a moment where you work with Jill Scott, or
Yeah, we did songs together. Is It the Way, the live version? She brings me out. Ladies and
okay,
gentlemen, Mike Phillips, and then I come out playing. Um, we did a song called The Righteous.
okay,
A joint together. I played on that. So yeah, and then her first tour, I opened up for her.
okay.
So we were like on basically a Hidden Beach tour.
Wow, wow.
Opened up for Jill, and then we did the record that Is It the Way. So yeah, we worked together. Jill was the first artist signed, and I was the third. So,
Okay,
good
okay.
time over there.
That's what's up. Now we're going to go back a little bit further from 2014 to 2012 to 2014. You was blessed to work with many icons, like you just said, but one in particular, the late Prince.
Yeah.
How?
I started with him in '04. Yeah, started with him.
Okay.
Yeah, '04.
Now you said that he didn't keep people around long. What did you mean about that?
He was always looking for something new. So
Okay.
it's like our culture. It's like, one day we wearing Carcanine, and the next time we wear Air Force Ones, we split
Okay.
it up. So
Okay.
we rock some Timbs. The culture is always moving and searching for something different. So Prince was like that. It was like, he'd rock with a band for a minute, and then MPG, then he'll go back to the Revolution, and then, you know what I'm saying? He flipped it up. That's how he stayed fresh, because he kept himself around people that had different perspectives.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, the newly released, this is your fourth studio album.
Yes.
Pull Off the Covers. Let's talk about that for a minute. What can people expect when they hear it?
It's just a smorgasbord of the culture. For instance, Fine China, the Chris Brown joint, I did it in DC Go-Go. I did it in like Be More, that joint was crank. Flavor in Your Ear is like harmonies, melodies, like 6-6, Naturally 7, Manhattan Transfer. But then when you go to the joint I did with Brian McKnight, it's like Watching You, Steve Arrington, Slave, but we did it like Jamiroquai. So we're flipping things around to give it a different perspective, but it's all about entrenching ourselves in the culture and having fun. The album wasn't so serious, and we just had fun. And I'm happy that so many people are enjoying it.
Yes. Now, and speaking of the new album, the new single, which is Flavor in Your Ear.
Yes.
That's came off of the album. Some heavy hitters on here, man. We talking about Stevie Wonder, PJ Morton, Eric Roberson, Avery Sunshine, Raheem DeVaughn. The list goes on. How did you manage to get all of those people to do that video, man?
Let's see. COVID-19 actually made it easier.
Yes.
Everybody at home, we was trying to figure it out. So when I sent out emails, it's like, I'm trying to do this epic joint with everybody on it.
Yes.
You'd be so surprised how quick the joints came back. Like, I shoot the email out, Avery Sunshine sent the joint right back. D-Roll, PJ Morton, Stevie, I had to wait for a little bit, but he's Stevie.
Yeah.
Stevie be like, yeah, man, I got to do it. I got the camera crew right here, man. We about to film it right now. And be like, 3 weeks later, no video.
So you gotta give Stevie a little push, huh?
Yeah. But Stevie was, for all of these artists who are today's soul artists, the epitome of what soul music is today. And for Stevie to be on a recording with them shows how humble he is, but also he's, it's an encouraging moment to know that, Avery Sunshine's rocking with Stevie, PJ Morton, who patterns a lot of stuff that he does after Stevie, to see all of them there with the icon. That's what made me extremely happy, man. It's like, I've done something that connected the soul of today to the soul that really created, where we are in soul music today.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
I'm not sure how long Stevie's going to be doing records or touring, but it's a moment where the culture really gets a chance to celebrate Easy Mo B,
Yes.
this wonderful song, but then the soul and the jazz community come together to pay homage to that. And it's just the culture. We love it. So the culture, one portion of the culture, paying homage and appreciating the other portion. So we're all
That's
together
what's
in
up.
a sense. There's no separation between hip hop, jazz. It's just good music and bad music, and then people get to choose what's good to them. So we're just doing what we do and hope people enjoy what we put out.
That's what's up. Love it. Love it. And shout out to you, of course. Last week, you was on Club Quarantine.
Yeah, my man.
With my man DJ D Nice.
Yes.
Had a chance to watch that in preparation for the interview. Dope. That's all I need to say. Dope performance, man. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. What's next for you, man? You've got a new album out, new single out, Flavor in Your Ear. What's next for Mike Phillips?
Well, what's next for me is, I want to put out some more records, but
Okay.
also connect with people in a different way. And I think this time is really important for us to understand that there's a paradigm shift that's happening.
Yes.
So making sure that we have our online presence up and running. That's why I wanted to connect with D Nice, because it's like, he's the 800-pound gorilla of what it is to rock in the online space. So when he gave me his platform, man, I was so appreciative. But also, you see what he's doing. I saw like this little 13-year-old girl. I forgot her name, but she was killing it. So it's not just about him, but it's about the movement. So I'm happy that I'm a part of it, because at the end of the day, we're all struggling. So music heals, and we all have to get together as the artistic community to give people some healing through the music that we can play, whether you're spinning it as a DJ making people dance, or whether you're playing it as a musician.
Yes.
At the end of the day, this pandemic is going to separate the men from the boys, the women from the girls. Or do you really do it because you want to make the investment in people's happiness, or are you trying to get a check? Because if you're trying to get a check, ain't no checks now. So let's see if you really love the game and the music that you say you love.
There you go.
That's why we in it, man. We love it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. How can people find you on social media? How can people find you to hear your music?
Well, social media, Mike_Phillips.
Okay.
And Mike_Phillips will get you to my IG, and then the link in the bio could get you the music. Facebook, Mike Phillips fan, and they can holler at me right there. But I am, I run all my pages, so ain't no bot running up answering you. And be like, oh, I love your music. Be like, oh, thank you for your support. I ain't that dude answering, yo. You already know. Some old covert representative. Nah, man, I handle my pages, man. So when I can get back, I can, man. I mean, my gift is for the people. As musicians, we have to realize, and this is not downgrading the job, but it's almost like you working at McDonald's or Burger King, where when you drive up to the drive-thru, you're at service. So musicians, instead of portraying this inflated sense of self-worth because I'm good, like, we're at service. Yo, how can I help you feel better? What can my gift do that will brighten your day?
There you go.
And the ones that are about the money and the ones that are about the true gift, covert has an interesting way of separating them so you can see who's who.
Yes.
So I'm happy that I can get online, I can do these shows with D Nice, I can just get on my live play, that I can be a service to the individuals who need the music to go about their lives and feel better. So I'm
Yes.
happy to be in this position, man.
That's what's up. Now, with young artists, young musicians out there right now, what advice could you give them right now to tell them how to get into the industry, what ways to get into the industry when they are trying to get into the industry but having a hard time trying to do it? What advice could you give them right now?
I'm younger, but I got an old school philosophy that the more you want to stay around, the more work you have to do. Which means it's not about getting in, but there's how long do you want to be in it? Because if you just want to get in, then if you do the bare minimal and pick from the low hanging fruit, then you will be in the industry and out of it in seconds. What are you trying to do? Who's the best in the field or the style that you're trying to go after? Study them. For me, I always say it's always good to be fascinated with the leaves, but I'm about the root of the tree.
Yes.
I can't call myself a jazz artist if I'm not into the culture and the history of my own music. So, do you want to, so when the storm of the industry comes, the first thing to go on the tree are the leaves. The roots usually stay around. So my thing is, if you want to get into this business, you got to dig a foundation. The tallest buildings in the world, they don't start building until they dig hundreds of feet down to secure a foundation. That foundation is using every platform to secure your fan base. That foundation also is making sure that you are not consumed with perceptive value, but you have to invest in your actual value, which is actually practicing, being better, and not being fascinated with being seen, but really getting into the game because you love it. Because it's times like this that will separate whether you love it or not.
Yes.
So you might as well come into it understanding the sacrifices and the love of the game more so than the shine that comes from the game.
Yes. That's remarkable, man. Hey, man, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yo, this ended real quick, man. We need to get in another an hour soon, man.
Yes. I'm here. I'm ready. Whenever you are, man.
I'm here too, man. So let's go hard, man. Let's get it in.
That's what's up. Hey, man, thank you for coming on the show. Definitely I'm rocking out with that new album that's just released. I love it. Also the new single Flavor in Your Ear, to the late Craig Mack.
Yeah.
Man, such an impact on that song that really nobody really embraced like that. I absolutely loved it.
Thank you. And then we give equity to people that's not here.
Yes.
We don't appreciate the people that's alive. So shout out to Easy Mo B, the producer of the track, who's still on IG getting it, doing this thing. It's really important that we understand every facet of why history was made and appreciate those independent facets. So
yes,
if it wasn't for Easy Mo B coming up with that track, it wouldn't be no Flavor in Your Ear. So he's just as important as Craig Mack, Puff, everybody plays their part. And for us to pay homage to it, we have to play our part too, in recognizing the greatness of the culture before us and investing in making sure that we perpetuate the greatness of it by paying homage to it.
That's what's up. Hey, man, like I said, thanks for coming on the show.
No doubt, fam.
It's been a great pleasure just seeing your work, hearing your work. Definitely going to be chopping up with you real soon, man. For real.
I'll let me, fam.
All right. Talk to you soon.
You already know. Later, fam.
Later.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was internationally renowned saxophonist Mike Phillips. What can I say? Hey, we're gonna check out that video right now. Flavor in Your Ear remix. If you have not seen it, you might want to check it out right now. Hey, this has been Let's Talk with Edigga live right here on Charm City Direct TV. Make sure you go to the fan page of Charm City Direct TV at Charm City Direct TV, facebook.com/Charm City Direct TV. Head on over to YouTube, Charm City Direct TV, subscribe to the page. Hey, I thank y'all for watching. I holla at you when I smile at you. Peace.
Robotic kick the flag. My flavor be the batter, chitter chatter, matter than the Mad Hatter.
Bet your mash, come on fatter. Got the day to turn your body into fatter.
Yeah, just like a piece of sizzling.
Fit inside my stomach with the edge and ridge between. The king is what I mean. Man, get a cup and put some change inside your hand. Hold up.
Let's make it official. MC's need tissue. My issue. And I bet you might go off like a missile.
No more underwater on the toss climbing as I make the funky kicking. I'm more harder than a diamond. If you didn't know who played that,
You better pay attention when we say that.
You won't be around next year. Rap tunes will be kicking that flavor in your ear.
here comes a brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. I'm kicking new flavor in your ear.
Mike's a brand new flavor.
Used to getting mad and get more about than that shit.
Forget the fair ones, I get mine the fast way.
See my sway, leaving ransom notes. Far from handsome, but you know a brother told. More guns and roses, roses shaking in the boots. Invisible bullets. Ice goose disappear, that moose. Take your saxophone back to I see.
Gimmicks, the whack lyrics, it's depressing, pathetic. Please forget it. You're mad that my style you're admiring.
Don't be mad, UPS is hiring.
You know you should have been a cop for get bebop, but that sax playing, you better get shot.
Not from Houston, but I rap a lot. Pack the sax a lot. My Phillies about to drop.
Comes a brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. I'm kicking new flavor in your ear. Hey ho, hey ho, hey ho, hey ho.
Charm City Direct TV, Baltimore's newest social media online network. By real people, for real people. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Charm City Direct TV, YouTube at Charm City Direct TV, and IG at Charm_City_Direct TV. Charm City Direct TV. We are the heartbeat of the city.
And welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen, right here on Charm City Direct TV. It's Let's Talk with Edigga. Make sure you go to the fan page of Charm City Direct TV at facebook.com/Charm City Direct TV. Also on YouTube at Charm City Direct TV. And check us out on IG at Charm_City_Direct TV. You just saw a phenomenal person, internationally renowned saxophonist Mike Phillips. Incredible. Make sure you go out and check out his album, Pulling off the covers. Make sure you check that out. Also, make sure you check out that video, Flavor in Your Ear remix. Make sure you do that. My next guest, what can I say? Christian hip hop recording artist Rhyan LaMarr. He is here, and he's going to talk about his new album, A Perfect Mess, Volume 1. And we're going to get into that right now. So I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna bring him on.
What's up, man?
How you doing, sir?
How's it going, man?
I'm good. I'm good. It's the weather is kind of imbalanced, you know. Going from hot to cold, but we surviving here in Baltimore.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Chicago's the same, man. It's been this, and then
yes,
you semi-quarantine still, you know.
Yeah, we haven't made it out the hole yet.
Right.
Great. I want to say first and foremost, congrats to you for your release of your new album, A Perfect Mess, Volume 1. I want to say that. And it's also available right now on all music streaming platforms. So make sure y'all go out and check that out. My first question is, what was the motivation behind creating the album?
You know, man, somebody told me when I first got into this that the CHH industry, Christian hip hop industry,
yes,
didn't like to work with each other, right? Now, that wasn't my statement, and I was like, I don't know about that, you know?
Okay.
And then I started to kind of hear that for some, I'm not gonna make a general statement, but for some, they kind of had this same sentiment. And so, you know, me and my team made it a point to basically put those together that weren't always, didn't always work together, you know.
Okay.
And we wanted to unite and show unity. And who would have known that an album like this, when America is coming together and uniting, would be so relevant.
Yes, absolutely agree with you. And in the statement that you said, working together, is something similar to what I received when I started podcasting or live streaming. They said radio stations and, you know, radio shows couldn't work together. And I said, how can that be possible, man? Like, you know, to get ahead in this thing, you know, you want to collab. You want to generate some, you know, some friendships with people to help you through this thing. So I said, I got to reach out to my counterparts and see what they're doing and hopes that they piggyback off of me and see what I'm doing. So I definitely can identify with that statement. My next question is, who or what influenced you to start doing music?
Oh, man. Well, locally, I started locally. I was listening to, you know, artists like Twista, Do or Die,
yes,
Brad, Common Sense before he dropped the scent, you know. Yeah. And so in Chicago, man, it was a very melodic, blues infused rap, you know, culture that was kind of coming up in the 90s. And then, you know, with Uptown and Bad Boy Records and Death Row, you know, was doing, you know, on their side and kind of shaping the MCs, you know, and then just R&B was such a good time for R&B in the 90s, you know, okay. Such a good, you know, so groups like Jodeci, you know, Quincy Jones' Juke Joint is still one of my favorites that I click on, you know.
Yes.
Dr. Dre's a Chronic. So just a lot of music, you know. You can go back, you know, to P-Funk and the All-Stars, where they just made music. Earth, Wind and Fire, they just made music. And, you know, sometimes the songs would be 3 minutes. Sometimes they would just let it loose.
Yeah.
You know, and so I was just influenced by just a gumbo of just artists.
Okay.
You know, musicianship. So, I mean, I've been doing music since I was in 4th grade.
Wow.
And, you know, first person that taught me how to teach, how to record and how to learn was a guy by the name of Michael Lane, goes by Microwave. You know, if you've heard Talk Box on any of Bootsy Collins stuff, that's him. You know, came up under, you know, Zapp and Roger. So it's like,
yes.
I was influenced by some heavyweights, and then just kind of put my own spin on it. But think about it, man. All of them were all about unity in a sense too, man.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, speaking of Chicago, you are a Chicago native. What was the vibe like for you growing up in Chicago?
Well, I'll start positive. It was a beautiful city. It still is a beautiful city. I mean, this is coming up, when Michael Jordan was running the streets,
Yes.
Here in Chicago, and it was funny. I was watching The Last Dance, the documentary, and I feel like I was in a time machine again, because I kind of missed that part of Chicago.
Yes.
It was a different time, but I mean, I grew up, very humble. I would say I'm first generation out the hood. That's an accomplishment that my parents were able to achieve, to put their kids forward. And I see that the older I get, the more I start to kind of look around and see certain things and how money and tax dollars are allotted. And just by my parents pushing us just a little bit further into a different zip code, an entirely different situation. So economically, I was influenced just by everything that was going on in the neighborhood at the time in the 90s. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, in a recent interview on Sway in the Morning, there was a question that was brought up or asked about preparation or God sending you messages through famous people that you was meeting. Talk about those experiences.
I feel like I've been blessed. I feel like the Lord definitely needed me to do something assignment-wise.
Okay.
If it wasn't, I wouldn't even have been on the bench. He would have kicked me out the gym. So I'm always like, it must be something I'm supposed to do, because every time I would bump my head, almost about to fall off that cliff, randomly, these people would just come out of nowhere, and just drop dimes on me. I remember this one time being in Santa Monica. I think I was talking about this. I was in Santa Monica, was really down on my luck, no money, and I run around the corner and almost run into this dude, and he steps back. And he's like, "Oh, you in a hurry?" I'm just like, "Nah, I'm trying to get some money," but I wasn't asking it to him. I was just saying whatever. And he was like, "Here you go," and he puts on my hand, $100 bill. It's Keenan Lanes, right? Keenan Lanes, the dude that I grew up watching, that inspired me. As far as back to unity. Pull up your family, and just didn't even I wasn't even asking for it, but I needed it.
Yeah.
And I thanked him. And then once he realized I knew who he was, then he was like, "Listen, I need you to take this." He said, and I said, "Can I ask you one question?" And he made a joke. He was like, "I'm getting $100. Now you want a question too?"
Yeah.
I was like, what is like some wisdom you could give me?
Yeah.
And it's simple and it's cliche, but it meant everything in that moment. Don't give up. And you hear it all the time, but sometimes the Lord will speak through people at the right moment when you're about to, and it has to come from somebody who you value.
Yes.
I'm not, because I tell some of my influencer friends all the time, like, you need to say this. I'm not influencing 10 million people. You can click hi and 10 million people will say hello. That's influence. So you do something with it. And sometimes people just need to hear, don't give up. You don't know who needs to hear that.
Yeah.
And that gave me stuff to move on, and I could go on and on about times like this, but I felt like every time I was like about to give up, literally the Lord was speaking so clearly into people.
Wow. That's amazing right there. That is truly amazing. Let's talk more about the album, A Perfect Mess. And speaking about big names, there were quite a few on this album. The great Shirley Murdoch, Charlemagne the God, Sway, the Brat, Twister, just to name a few. How was it working with these people?
Like I'm talking to you, man. I kind of try to stay away from people that aren't humble and people that are, a little bit too full of themselves.
Yeah.
I just like to work with people that can see the vision, understand it, and not use their platform against people, but use their platform to help people.
Yes.
And it was love, man. I worked with Twisted and Brad on Canal Street, the movie that I directed and produced. So when I asked them to jump on the album, they were all game for it because they already knew what I stood for, and they already knew what the message was that I was trying to bring across. So it was love, man. It was like working with, my brother, my cousin, and my sister, or something like that. So
wow,
yeah, it was good.
Now, did you know them prior or just?
I knew Shirley. I knew Miss Shirley Murdoch.
Okay.
I call her Shirley. I knew Miss Shirley Murdoch through her husband Dale.
Okay.
Dale came up. If you know the background of Miss Murdoch,
Yes.
she came up under Zach and Roger and
Yes.
Dale and everything. So Michael Lane. That's how I got to know Miss Murdoch, and I've been building with Miss Murdoch for at least 8-9 years.
Wow.
And then Head Crack, shout out to Head Crack,
Yes.
introduced me to Brad and Ricky, and they were a part of Canal Street. So I just just kept building with them, and just them selling yourself, man. And so when you call them, people will pick up.
That's what's up.
They believe what you tell them. So
that's what's up. Now let's talk about the new single off of A Perfect Mess, Fight Another Day.
Yeah.
Now the video was directed by you, of course, and inspired by two amazing videos, 1994's Black Men United, You Will Know. Love that song. And Quincy Jones, We Are the World. Talk about the importance of having this video out right now.
It's all about God's timing.
Yes.
Because sometimes the Lord will give me ideas and visions, and I'll go and I'll write it, I'll shoot it, and then He'll just say, sit on it. And so we actually wrote this for, and as you know, Black Man to Black Man, we've been dealing with injustices and these type of issues our entire life.
Mm-hmm.
So there's never a time that a song like that won't be relevant. Unfortunately, it's sad to say.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were writing this song and we were coming up with this, we were just talking about how we were feeling currently, and that just happened to be in the studio almost 9 months ago.
Yes.
So to see this now come to fruition now, and to know that it was for a time like this, it just shows you that it's not about your timing at all. I remember We Are the World. I'm old enough to remember that, and then Black Men United. I remember how those songs made me feel, and it goes back to that song. To that word we were talking about unity. Showing examples of unity, front and center visually, as far as music, and
yes.
I grew up on videos. I grew up watching it. You can't think of a Michael Jackson song without thinking about the video.
Yeah.
And so visuals are very important, more now than ever. And so when I'm in the studio, I'm working on those songs, but I see the video first. And now I got to create the song to match the image.
Yes.
And so they kind of are married. The two are kind of married. So Fight Another Day just came from how we were feeling. It came together, I think, beautifully. And I think that it talks about living to see another day, living to fight another day, as one, just Black people in America and brown people in America, and just uniting on a lot of different fronts. I think we're fighting for a lot of different things right now.
Yes.
Black Lives Matter is, you know what I'm saying? But we're fighting for a lot of things right now.
Yes. Yes. I totally agree. Why the name A Perfect Mess?
Well, I'll use myself as an example. I'm a perfect mess.
Okay.
I'm messy, jacked up, tore up, but through the grace of God, through His perfection, I was made whole. You look at the world right now. It's chaotic. It's a perfect mess. It's orchestrated. The mess is orchestrated perfectly.
Yes.
Right? You think about COVID. We were perfectly messed up and encapsulated in our homes, off the entire world at the same time.
Yes.
That's a perfect mess. The project, the features on the album. You have gospel, country, rap, hip hop, which is two different things. R&B. all and praise and worship all on one record.
Mm-hmm.
And so you look at it and you're like, this looks like a mess. But from people that have heard it, I'm not even self-talking about myself, but people that heard it, they said that it was orchestrated perfectly. And it's 20 tracks on the album. So people were like, 20 tracks, man. That's a lot of music. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm also a filmmaker. I'm also a storyteller. So Charlamagne, Sway, Pat Smith, they all came and blessed it with intros and skits and just things that I used to grow up listening to.
Yes.
That there's nothing outdated about just having fun on your album.
And that's why so many songs, or that's how you get the 20, because of that creativity.
And who says I'm gonna be here tomorrow?
Yes.
I don't know what happened to the spirit of like holding out. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, I'm gonna say that for the unless the Lord telling you hold on to that, because He if not, and you don't think you can make more. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, I was gonna put that on that, but I'm gonna say that for 2022. I'm like, who told you was gonna be here in 2022? we got so entitled with that, and the art's not my art. It's the message that the Lord's kind of putting through me to breathe life into people. So
yes,
it's not up to me to hold that, because I could be saving somebody's life.
Yes.
And again, unless you're instructed to hold on to it.
Yes.
So.
Awesome. Of course, you've heard in the news multiple times the murder of George Floyd. And I've been talking about it over the past couple of weeks on my platforms. And I said I was going to get, other people's thoughts on it. So, in your opinion, what are your thoughts on the murder of George Floyd?
My thoughts are,
yes,
when I heard about it, it was not again. Here we go again.
Yeah.
We all deal with PTSD. A lot of us are aware of it. Some of us are not. But I grew up hearing these stories. I grew up seeing these real things in my life. I've been George on the ground numerous times, growing up in Chicago, growing up in LA.
Yes.
I've been there. I just got home. I made it home. I've had guns put in my face. So, by the cops, by multiple cops. So when I see those things, it brings everything back. It brings back the death of my two cousins. Like I just see it all and I feel it all, and it's gunk that, like, in residue that you don't know you're carrying.
Yes.
So when you're reminded of it, because we have to fight when this isn't popular anymore, to be real, when people go back to work and they're not fighting anymore, we're still fighting.
Yeah.
We just are. And so, but it also gave me, and this might sound a little weird, but I'm not talking about the video itself, but everything that happened after that gave me hope. Because in my lifetime, and this is just my lifetime, I haven't seen the protests and the changes of certain laws and certain things that happen so quickly. When you say quickly, you're like, was it quick though?
It was.
But you ask yourself though, but how long we been fighting for it?
Yes.
So then you ask yourself, was it quick? It's kind of like when they're like, yo, you finally on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm finally on, but it didn't happen quick. I've been trying to get on for 36 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
you just seeing it becoming fruition.
This right here, the cell phone.
Yeah.
Because before, you think about Rodney King, the reason why it was polarized was because somebody had a camcorder.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, we were like, man, finally, now we got you. Now, because we've been seeing this, but we've been saying it. Now we got you.
Yeah.
But what happened?
Yeah.
Nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what happened is they got off, and then people rioted in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
We peacefully marched for years. My grandmother, my great grandmother, my grandfather, my uncles, you know, and then great marched for years.
Mm-hmm.
So when I hear people say, and I've said it too, I'm like, man, I was quick.
It wasn't.
You know, we have Black Lives Matter, you know, it leads up to the White House. Could you imagine if you told your grandmother or your great grandmother, hey, in 80 years, grandma, you know, the White House is gonna have letters called Black Lives Matter that lead up to the house. You thought you was crazy. You know, so it gives me hope, but it also gives me this like, all right, y'all, okay, things are changing. There's a lot of agenda involved in it. Let's be real. You know, you can't get out of that because people poke their heads in it. There's a political campaign coming up. You know, people are saying vote. There's a lot of things going on right now, so you have to pay attention. You have to stay woke and just say, know why you're in the streets, know what you're protesting, know who the person is leading this protest, and what they stand for, because they might not stand for what you stand for, and just might be saying Black Lives Matter. Be careful. I tell my sister the other day, careful. Because just like in anything, there's opportunity. Don't care. You know what I mean? What it is, there's opportunity in everything. So it gives me hope, but also I'm also paying attention. You know, this is a time where you have to really use this. Be wise. Don't speak quick. Be slow. Pay attention. Be wise. Like that. These are the times we're in right now. You know, there's the memorial going on. You know, as we're speaking right now, but how many people didn't get the news coverage? I'm pretty sure you can think there's people popping in your head right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So just like, that's what I'm reminded of when I see and I hear about George Floyd. Damn, my cousin tricked it. They didn't, you know, just they tricked and checked all of these people to just be like, nah, we're done. We're done. This is the next racist straw to break our back.
Yeah. It's crazy. What's next for Rhyan LaMarr? What's next for you, sir?
Well, as I said, we're storytellers over at Red Gorilla, and so the next project, the next film and album that we're tackling is the Sean Bell story. So if you know who Sean Bell is, you can go look him up right now if you're listening to this. The 23-year-old African American male that was gunned down, shot at 50 times in Jamaica, Queens, by 3 undercover police officers that did not show their badge. And the inner workings of that whole story, the inner workings of what goes on in the mind when you're watching that George Floyd video and you're saying, how for over 8 minutes, what's going on in your mind? You know, because we always say, well, how did they get hired? What was the procedure? Because it's above, like, somebody's hiring. They didn't just like put a uniform on or put a gun in a bag and like, hire a police officer. Now you have to go through a process. Yeah. You know, and so we wanted to unpack that. You know, we've been working with the Bell family for almost 2 years now. Okay. With the right story. Okay. We're doing our right research. And so, you know, what the film is going to be, you know, volume 2 of A Perfect Match is going to come out and keep telling the story, you know, keep pushing the story through music and film. Right? And that's what we got coming up next. I'm actually going to production on that in the next 2 months. That's awesome.
How can people find you? How can people find your music, listen to your music?
Well, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Rhyan LaMarr. That's RHYAN LAMARR. And then on Twitter at Lamar Ryan. And you can also go and download and stream A Perfect Match on all streaming platforms. If you have not heard it, or if you have been hearing about it, do yourself a favor and go check out A Perfect Match I promise you, you will be uplifted and checked at the same time.
Awesome. Now, as you said earlier, people used to give you advice, used to tell you things that was key and beneficial in your life. I want you to take this moment right now to share some advice to someone, an inspiring artist, who's trying to get in the industry but really don't know where to go. What would you tell that person right now?
First, you gotta be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself and make sure that this is what you're supposed to be doing. Make sure that you are hearing from the Lord correctly, that this is your gift that you were supposed to be working on, because you can spend your whole life working on something and it wasn't what you were supposed to be doing. You also have to know that you, again, as cliche as it sounds, you can't give up. People say, oh, man, I've been knocking on this door and nobody's answering. They might have a back door, right? There also, you might be, imagine yourself in a hallway and you're knocking on this one door, an apartment complex. You're trying to get in because across the way, your house is on, your apartment's on fire. But you're just knocking on this one door. How many other doors are in that hallway? How many other people are there that you can access? What is in your backyard? I always say this word, low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit. Why would you go across the street to get something when you have something in your backyard? You are one phone call away. You always hear that. I guarantee you the key to your success is in your phone. I guarantee it. I guarantee you have networked with somebody in your life that is in your life right now. You might not talk to them every day. You might not talk to them every year. But I guarantee you have came across the person that is going to be instrumental in changing your life. I guarantee it. There's no way that is not possible. You have met one of the persons that are going to be instrumental in helping you with what you're trying to do in your career. Be wise and pay attention, because connections are not always instant. Your connections are what you build with. Down the line, I'm always surprised at the people that come back in my life that I met years ago that bless me today. I guarantee it that you have met that person already.
Incredible. Love it.
Yeah.
I just want to say, first and foremost, thank you for coming on the show, sharing your knowledge, also to talk about this album, which I heard it. Incredible.
Thank you, man.
Incredible. I love the video. Huge fan of Shirley Murdoch. And I had to watch it again and again. I think I watched it like 3 times. I'm about to look at it again when we get off of here. But incredible video. I want everybody to go right now and check out A Perfect Mess right now on all streaming music streaming platforms, and also check out the video Fight Another Day on YouTube. Right now it's on YouTube, correct?
Correct.
And check it out. Just check it out. Phenomenal. So, sir, I just want to say thank you for coming on the show. Any shout outs?
Man, listen, shout out to my distribution partners, Empire and Doc over at Reflection Music Group, for believing in Red Gorilla, and shout out to our business partner, Bishop Barnes. And look out for Bree Smiles and Jack Red's new projects that we got coming up.
Yes. Again, thank you for coming on the show, and I definitely will be chopping it up with you soon, sir.
Hey, can I say one more thing?
Yes, sure.
I forgot, man. Our lead producer, Ma G. I got to make sure I send a special shout out to Ma G for jumping on and starting all the music for Perfect Mess. He'd be like, man, you forgot about me. Love you. I didn't forget about you, bro.
That's what's up. Thanks again, sir, for coming on the show. Definitely be talking to you soon.
All right, man. God bless you, man.
God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Rhyan LaMarr. The new album is out, A Perfect Mess. Make sure you go check it out. It is on all music streaming platforms. Make sure you check it out. Phenomenal. Also check out the single from A Perfect Mess, Fight Another Day, and the video. Make sure you check out the video that we're going to play right now. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to play that video. It is phenomenal. Some heavy hitters in this video. So make sure you check it out. Make sure you check it out. Hey, I am the man that you all know and love, Edigga. Holla at you, want to smile at you. Peace. Thank you for watching another great show on Charm City Direct TV. Make sure to stay in the know. Please like our fan page at facebook.com/Charm City Direct TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Charm City Direct TV. And follow us on Instagram at charm_city_direct TV. Charm City Direct TV. We are the heartbeat of the city.
For me, I would like to not worry about dying. Everyone who has been touched by the cold grip of gun violence understands.
I've learned to duck from bullets before I learned how to read. People have said that I'm a tool of some nameless adult. I'm here to say never again.
Fight for your lives before it's someone else's job.
I am a survivor.
We're gonna live to fight another day, taking back the world in every way. We gon' cut our losses every day. I'm sick of losses, you're hearing me? We've been through it, we've been through it all. I'm sick of losses, I'm done with it. We're done with it all, are you hearing me? Yeah. We ain't afraid to fight.
I got it.
We gon' fight another day. We gon' live just to fight another We gon' live just to fight another day.
One time for the culture, one time for the Lord. Throw the flag on the field, I'ma still kick game cause I'm beating the odds. Ay, one time for my pastor, we done built a prophet in the hood. I'ma make it flip like a gymnast and witness the vision, a prophet in the hood. I've been ready, I'm set to go. Faith got me feeling invincible. Young vet and I'm set to blow. Watch a massacre become a miracle. My pen hold the visions of millions of souls. Lord is my witness, it's all that I know. Call me guilty, I plead the fifth. Grace amazing, I can't resist, so Lord.
We gon' live to fight another day. Taking back the world in every way. We gon' cut our losses in every day. I'm sick of losses, you're hearing me? Been through it, we've been through it all. I'm sick of losses, we're done with it. We're done with it all, are you hearing me? We ain't afraid to
We gon' live just to fight another.
Hold up, let me talk to him.
We're gonna fight another day.
In the eyes of the lawless, we just monsters. That's why we celebrate our wins and fight these losses. Cause we ain't faceless, we ain't taking. Replace these racist, take these jokers, swap them with some kings and aces. No fear, no tears, that badge you wear doesn't bother me. Ever since the day they started carding me, I knew that there was a God in me, so pardon me. We gladiators, educated and they mad we made. From South Beach to Canal Street, we congregate until we all make it.
It's a shame we still slaves with all these chains, and the thing changed. The only difference is police slangs and a hashtag name. All this fuel added to the flame. Glory is what we reclaim. We had to learn the harder way. We lost a day, but we lived to fight another day. Martin didn't drink so that we couldn't sleep. Malcolm didn't talk so that we couldn't speak. Moses said so we could get a seat. Harriet said get the shackles off our feet. All my life I had to fight, but I won't let them get the best of me. Our bloodline comes from history. Therefore I smell victory. Let's go.
We gon' live to fight another day. We're taking back the world. We gon' cut our losses every day. Sick, I'm tired. We've been through it. I'm done with
yourself. The world go crazy. You can see it for yourself. Drunk to go. Feel like we all in jail. This is ride the streets. Can't call police. With everything going on. You act like you don't see. But I'm still here. I'm still standing. The world won't burn. You can cut us off. You can lock us up. We're standing firm.
My back has been broken. My hands may be tied. My heart may be low, but my spirit's alive. May take some fire to open your eyes. See us as people and see why we fight. Another day. Everywhere. Every day. I'm sick of love, sick of love songs. We through it all.
Our future doctors, they shoot them. Our future lawyers, they shoot them. Our future teachers, they shoot them. So how is it that our young youth is the future when they shoot them?
I'm tired that I live in a country built by Black people that was never meant for those same people. I'm tired that Black life doesn't matter, and I have to explain to my fellow citizens why Black lives do matter. And this pro-Black phrase doesn't exclude them, but includes us.
I am tired of harbored fear keeping those with far less melanin forgetful that our grandparents' parents were only considered three-fifths of a man in the same country that calls racism a hoax. I am tired of America's side bitch, racism, devaluing ebony existence. I am tired of entire systems typecasting people while not wanting to be typecast.
I'm tired that unfortunately I have to tell my own people that Black lives matter. That if you kill us and then they kill us, there's only a mass extinction of us, and we lose our own narrative in history. I'm tired that I have to use verbal sticky notes to let people know that Black lives really do matter, no matter who takes it.
Let me be very clear to all. Black life matters. Now's the time to reject America's victimization of Black people. It's time to show that America's generational blows wounded us. However, we are not a wounded people. Those blows only prepared us to be better versions of our ancestors. We stand today because they had to claw to humanity and walk through brutality. I speak to freedom today because they had to scream at silence. I'm ready. I'm ready to start the reform.
I'm tired.
I'm tired. America, are you? Of saying I'm tired.